Oh man, it's
Oops.
hey, this is Comic Burrito. This week in comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to get my I in the O.
I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
This is Comic Burrito. This week in comics.
Yeah.
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 And we're going to talk about this week in
It's
comics.
supposed to be Wednesday.
Is it?
It's Cinco de Mayo.
What?
Right?
What? Oh, it's Traverse City.
It is Traverse City
that?
barrel proof.
Barrel proof.
I
Nice.
know that
Nice.
in our Discord, D. Piercy said I should drink the cherry kind. I don't have that, but this is at least a brand.
I like the cherry kind a lot.
Yeah.
Cherry one's good.
My
It's nice.
brother-in-law was making old fashions with it.
Delicious.
Oh.
But they do get kind of maybe overly sweet. Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sam
I
King.
prefer to add my own cherry to most whiskeys because otherwise
Hey, Andrew.
it can be too sweet.
Parks 9.
Works.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bob. How's it
Bob.
going?
Yeah, hey, Bob.
Happy New Comic Book Day. Hi,
Hey,
Jen.
Jennifer.
How you doing? How's everybody doing? How is life?
And that was not good to rub my eye with.
After you touched bourbon?
Yep.
That's not a wise decision.
It's not as bad as hot sauce.
No, it could be worse.
Yeah,
Hey,
or
look
like
at that. Comic
straight-
books.
straight peppers.
It's comic books.
Hey, look at those comic books.
Comic book day. What came out today?
So, we're going to change up the format a little bit. And we're going to just,
format.
we're just going to go with the flow. How about, what was the idea?
Anyone in the chat, just
Anyone
drop-
in the chat
drop a
can.
book that you read today that you liked, and maybe we'll start with that one. Maybe none of us have read it, and we'll be like, should we read that?
That works. So in the meantime,
Oh,
should-
We're gonna sit here and
I'll
wait
twirl the
we
glass.
should have started with that question.
silently. Well, there was nobody watching.
Yeah.
Steve got a good book today, and he'll drop one that we can talk about real quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like your favorite
Also,
book. We don't have
I'm
to
not sure if
rank.
anyone else did this, but I bought Heroes Reborn just because it was at the front. They gave me this pack of cards. I haven't opened it yet because I have not read it yet. But
What is that? I've heard that a few times today.
from what? Oh, well, we've got one. From what I have heard, it is kind of like their rip-off Justice League. I don't know. One of the covers, like
Who?
legit-
It's
Marvel's.
Marvel. Oh, okay.
Looked like one of the covers legit looks like Wonder Woman.
Hey, it's Beckstar
There we go.
from Mad Cave Studios. That's written by Joe Corallo. Artist is Lorenzo Colangeli. The letter is Joamet Gill. Gill, probably.
It's GIL. I think that's Gil. There's a local
I think it's-
industry of this location. I think it's spelled the same way, but I could be wrong. I really like this book.
This is a really fun book. I read it today because I didn't read the advanced copy thing that we got, and I'm really pleased because it's pretty, and I love a good when sci-fi and fantasy can combine. I'm apparently a big fan of that.
Yeah. It's really cool. I think the one thing I really liked is there's these 4 items in the game that are loosely legendary items in D&D, which I thought was kind of cool to have in this book that's there. I mean, it kind of has a little bit of a D&D feel without really being anything. If you play D&D and you like that, you might notice that, but if you don't, I don't think that you'd be like, that book was too much like D&D.
I disagree with that 100% because that's exactly how I felt.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
I felt like it was a
played
D&D book that I didn't quite connect with. I liked it, but it felt like I was like I'm reading it. I'm like, Todd and Cole are both going to love this book, and they should. But I was like,
Very pretty.
something but I've also been finding that maybe fantasy type stuff like that and all that maybe isn't my favorite thing. So I don't know. I liked it. I'm not pulling it, but I am going to definitely keep up on it and read it. because I'm interested. But I had that exact thought, like maybe a third or halfway in, that I was like, oh, this is a little bit. Maybe I'm not getting, but it was that like I'm like maybe I'm not getting stuff that I should be, because I'm not. So
for me, that really kind of even had the tones was like when they're talking and there's like 4 people and they're like, we each got this item, and you're like,
the items and stuff.
Literally the luck dagger, which is like a crazy D&D thing that's just like, LOL, you're good,
right?
But yeah, no.
You know what title I read for the first time today?
The first time
I read
number 1.
Nope, I read 1 and 2 today to catch up because I had never read 1 and 2.
Oh, I know exactly what book this is.
I bet you do.
Is it going to be a good idea when you show us what these are?
It's a terrible idea, but it's a really good book. Oh my god!
You only read 1 and 2. You didn't read 3.
No, I read 1 and 2 today because I hadn't read them before. Because we got them late.
Yeah.
So
we got 2 on time technically.
No, but I just didn't read it when you got it.
Or the week after.
I caught up today and read 1 and 2, and then I read 3 today. My goodness, it's Matt Kent,
so good.
Doug Braithwaite, and Diego Rodriguez. ENIAC number 3, Bad Idea.
I love the back covers with all the barcodes on them.
This is a really good book.
It is, and it's like
really good.
And that's just talking about the quality of the paper and cover that this book has.
Yeah, that is really nice too.
Hey, bud.
And
they
also the backup stories are amazing, and I want them to be fully fleshed. Comics.
So that's my problem with backup stories.
What? Which one? What was?
Oh, this one in this issue was my favorite of all of them.
That was very good. I really liked the briefcase one in the beginning. It was very Twilight Zone feel.
Oh, yeah. I think that it was like, that one too kind of like sort of gave me like a Fear Casey vibe.
Yeah,
too.
totally.
It was like kind of like, I like this thing.
I read Fear Case right before it. I read Fear Case and then I read ENIAC 1, and I was just like at the end, I'm like, oh, Matt Kent. you had a couple ideas.
Like a weird thing, like it's this, and I mean, but
it was this other idea
different, where it's like, I don't know what it's like. You want to see a dead body? Also, it's a superhero. Also, I'll sell you some of the parts.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, it's so
good. my only issue with the backup stories is like you said that they're good, and it's like I kind of just wish I had more ENIAC for this. And then that was just another book. Like I don't know. It's the same thing I have with like the backup stories that DC's doing.
These are like 3 pages versus
he
is putting like 9, 10, 12 pages in the backup books.
Right.
That's very, and they're full color. They're obviously going for like a serious thing. This is like, is it Matt Kent?
It's a quick. It's like
scrawling the story out.
Yeah, he had just like a quick idea that he didn't like fully flesh out, or maybe he wasn't gonna do much more with it.
Fear Case B-sides.
Yeah, something.
Who knows? Maybe in the future we can talk to him about that.
Sure.
Maybe
that'd make me really happy.
Maybe he'll be on right now. No, he's not.
Wildly disappointed. Hey, top of the pops.
Hello.
What's up?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess also, moving in.
ENIAC number 1 was auctioned on our site by this man right here, Shattered Glass Review, Whack Comic Tyler.
Which I'll be on their show on Tuesday, right?
Oh, this Tuesday.
Yes, you will.
I have to double check.
Yes,
well, that means that I'll be on their show maybe the next Tuesday.
And me after that, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. I forget what we're doing. If we had decided something that we're doing, I forgot. So Tyler, maybe message me on Twitter or something.
What's that you got there, Cole?
This is the briefcase story we were talking about, Fear Case.
What?
Which is Matt Kent and Tyler.
I didn't get a good look at that cover.
It's very hard to show up, but there's like a nail going into a back and a 4. I thought the 4 was like a spinny bobber thing, like to a toy.
Oh, like a little wind up thing?
Yeah, at first. Man, I love this book so much.
So in Discord, you guys were like, man, Fear Case is crazy. And I was like, wait a minute. And I'm going through my stack. And I was so excited this morning to get the Bad Idea pin that Fear Case somehow ended up in my pile of books for them to hold for me. So I did not read Fear Case yet because it's still. I thought about going back for it, and I
mean,
should have.
I thought you said you were going to, or else I probably would.
I was going to, but then my boss sent me a message that I'll be flush with cash soon. So I'm gonna wait for the cash to empty out the bin. So you guys go ahead and talk about Fear Case.
It's great. It's a book about a case.
We spoil things because we're so spoilery.
I mean, I think this is.
I need to reread the
first
first
4 issues, and it ends pretty solid. I'm really into everything about that.
Oh, is this the end?
Yeah, it's 4 issue. This is it.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
it's really good.
If I would have connected
really
that,
good.
I probably would have. I need to reread it anyways.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, you're in this place where you're like, what's going to happen? How does this go? How does it go? And I think it was a really good ending. If anyone else read this and they disagree and did not like the ending, I would maybe like to talk about that sometime with you.
It was fantastic. They're wrong if they feel that way. But, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
I mean, I don't know. But
it's really good.
Maybe Saturday we can do a spoiler section.
The only sad part about the ending that I didn't like is that it ended. But I get it. It makes it really good. Like, he told a very concise, good story, and now it's done, and it gets to maybe have a new life in, like, other volumes and be more like...
Yeah. Or maybe just, like,
the world can be added on.
The Matt Kinterverse.
The Kintverse? I like how you're putting both of his names in the universe title.
Yeah, he gets both of them.
Matthew McConaughey Kintverse. I'm going to assume is his full name. Hey, anything you like that you read there, Nick?
I was going to just do a banner.
Of what?
Of the book that he read, because apparently he doesn't have a copy of it.
No, I was just going to do that. Because there's
people might not have read very many or care.
Well, yeah, but maybe they did. We could. Also, does anybody want to talk about Batman?
I would love to talk about Batman
because I really liked this issue of Batman, and I heard a lot of people not super excited for Miracle Molly, and I thought she was kind of cool.
I really like the character Miracle Molly. I don't think that it's a thing that needs to happen right now, and I might have not enjoyed this issue.
That's fine. I thought it was cool.
I think she's a cool concept character, but it's like she's like, I don't know, like especially like how they have Harley in the universe right now. It's just kind of like hey, maybe we're a similar thing, but we're not, but we are.
Yeah, it seemed like it was similar enough, but then like it would have been weird, I think, to have her do that. That's right. We're not doing a Saturday show this week.
Yeah, we aren't.
There's one that I definitely can't come. But maybe we'll talk about spoilers. So, hey, if you show up on Saturday and we're not talking spoilers, just scream your spoilers out into the abyss. Maybe we'll hear them.
So, is this the character you didn't really dig on?
Oh, you got the art germ.
No, I said that I liked the character.
Did you still have a bunch? The 5?
Yeah, I was there when you were there.
You were there for like at least 2 minutes after me.
I came like an hour.
A lot didn't leave after that.
They had 20 when I went there, and I go, hey, I already paid. I wanted to get this copy. Can I just throw this in my box? I doubt you'll care because I'll be back. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and since I'm here, I've heard a lot of people talk about Shadow Doctor. Here's 2 issues. Can you order me the other ones?
Wait, Shadow Doctor came in today?
No. I just picked 2, 1, 2. Oh, they didn't have 3, and then I was like, "Can you get me 3 and 4?" 4 doesn't come out for a few weeks, and he's like,
"Shadow Doctor is so good."
A lot of people are loving this book.
So that's another one. This is another one. The Ghostmaker. This is what I was talking earlier. The Ghostmaker backup story, I think, is good enough to be a digital first, at least. At least it's good enough to be a digital first. So I don't know. To me, it almost feels like they're like, here's some stuff that maybe isn't quite good enough to stand on its own. But I like it. It's cool. I bet my kids would like it.
I think the idea, and maybe this is what I think, they're putting these stories because it's like, you know what? Maybe I might not like Robin, right? But hey, let's throw these 2 teaser episodes of Robin in here.
Yeah.
And those were both really good. You want to know what I did? I was probably going to get Robin because it's Joshua Williamson. But if his name wasn't attached and I read that story, I probably would have added that to my poll or grabbed.
See, I had the opposite where I was excited for Robin, but then when they started throwing backup stories in other issues that I wasn't pulling, Then I was like, now I feel like I have to buy this $5 or $6 issue for this little 6-page intro thing.
You weren't playing Batman?
I wasn't pulling Batman at the time. That was the first issue that I started pulling again, and then I'm not pulling Detective, which was the other.
He wasn't
one.
in Detective, was he?
I thought Robin his second story was in Detective.
The two episodes.
Oh,
of Batman.
for Future
No.
State? Are you talking about the Future State Robin story?
Like the Jeremy Williamson one.
Oh,
The Williamson. It was at the first one was in. I'm so sure of it. It was in Detective.
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
happy
know
comic
something.
book day.
Because that's why I was mad, because it wasn't just Batman. Because I've gotten all the Batmans, and I do not have the second
Detective
Robin one.
Yeah, with the League of whatever.
League of
thing.
Assassins
The
or
League of Lazarus.
That's the one.
Lazarus. League of
Also-
Lazarus.
God, you'd be pretty excited. No Good Comics just released a video on YouTube called Good Things About Reading Digital.
Hey, that's pretty cool. As I'm
What
reading
tablet
more
do you
physical.
use? I said, and he responded, a 12.9-inch iPad Pro.
What? It's the best
Must
comic
be the
reader
life.
on the market. Yeah, Detective Comics had a Robin backup. Thank you,
I guess
Steve.
I
Okay.
missed that. I just always.
I know that you read it because you told me that it was good.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, now that you say that, you did ask, how was that Robin in there?
Right, because I was like, I'm not going to buy it. I was going to, and that was one of the weeks that was really heavy. And it was like, now I'm mad that I don't get this, but I'll probably end up with it later. Because I wasn't going to pull Robin either.
Oh, bad.
It just feels like a trick for people like me that can't handle not buying all of it. And it's same with like tie-ins and stuff. They're like, oh, this kind of ties in with this. And it's like, well, now I got to buy all those. Another DC book that I really like this week was Swamp Thing.
Round Robin has been destroyed by Nick. It only took one round.
Yeah.
Hey, the book that I'm going to talk about is Eden from Aftershock.
That's
How
all I
about
had to
that?
say
So-
about Swamp Thing.
It's a one-shot from Colin Bunn, Dalibor Talajik, Valentina Brisky, and Marshall Dillon.
So when I was in the shop, Don goes, I was like, oh, can I have one of those? Or are these for somebody? Because they were sitting front. And he goes, I didn't want them in the back because of this. And
The
I
butt?
didn't even realize what he was saying. And then he was like, I didn't want a little kid to come in here and be like, Mom, a butt. And I was like, okay.
It's pretty innocuous, but okay.
Yeah.
It is a one-shot, oversized, obviously. It's a big boy. Here is
It's what
A little
is it?
bit taller.
Prestige Premium.
Yeah. A little taller, a little wider.
They just call it
Um,
Prestige, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but-
probably just say prestige. Because they're not weird like DC.
DC calls it, plus.
Yeah. It is a book about a tattoo artist who has a weird experience, who recently lost his family. Not the strongest book I read this week. I enjoyed it and it's beautiful. It's a very pretty book. I like the story that it tells and all of that. But as it was getting to the end, I'm like, how is this about to finish? And like, I'm feeling the pages at the end. I'm like,
It's getting thin.
it's like 3 pages left. It's going to somehow wrap up soon. And then it wraps up at a pretty high level that I would have thought would be like halfway into the book and it just ends. And I'm like, okie dokie. That is
So-
something.
I know that Second Street Marvel, he was talking about that book, and his exact response was, Aftershock has done a few of these one-shots, and I think they call them, nope, they're one-shots.
They're
I thought
one
somebody called them
one shot.
somebody called them one-hitters, I want to say, but he said that he thought that it just seems like he wishes there were more to these. Like,
Yeah.
they're good, but it seems like it should be a 3-issue normal size.
Just do a small arc. Is it better than Piecemeal?
He personally said yes.
Okay, because I got this one and I was very excited
I haven't
about
read
it,
it
and
yet.
it was okay, but it wasn't.
I like them
It
both
wasn't-
about the same. I like Piecemeal though.
It wasn't my favorite. I liked it, but it wasn't one that when I saw that one, it was like, maybe
I
I'll
think
wait
it was
and
just-
see.
I think that the Eden idea is a more original idea, maybe. I don't know. It's about it's about a tattoo artist. So Oh, dude, is that orange though, or is that
No,
pink?
it's
I can't tell.
strawberry.
Dude, that is the best flavor of Pez. Let's all agree on that.
I think we could.
I really like lemon too.
Yeah, dude, lemon's fine.
They're all good.
But yeah, I didn't change the banner. Yeah, banner's not going to work.
Yeah.
How bad it is.
Speaking of strawberry, I guess.
Steve, I might go for that bet.
What did he say? Yes,
if he doesn't like Whalesville, I owe him $10.
There's no way he won't.
Yeah,
I go for it.
I feel like that's a really safe bet, Steve.
It's a good bet.
Well, hey, let's stay topical.
Okay.
Let's go into Whalesville.
Let's do it.
This is actually like a two-part
It's
one-shotter.
two books.
Two books in one.
Matt Kent writes both of them.
He does.
And for the first
Who
one,
else
I think
writes them?
Adam Polina and Tony Millionaire. That's a sweet last name. And Matthew Hollinsworth and Jim Campbell on the second. So this is two books. One is called Whalesville. I guess we can talk Whalesville first. I loved Whalesville.
I loved Whalesville as well.
I love the art.
Was amazing.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, this is the cover of Whalesville. As you can see, it's a rain jacket kid and a whale.
It's the other way around. These two are from the first book, and then the back two are from the second book.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I thought. So it's Tony Millionaire and Jim Campbell on Rocks and Minerals, and it's Adam Polina and Matt Hollinsworth on Whalesville.
Oh, neat. Real quickly, does yours have?
Is it the K? Is it the K? Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was supposed to be like
square of spot UV. No, it's a square of spot UV.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll show up on there.
Interesting.
You can kind of see how it's dark.
Yeah.
I definitely. Well, it looks like a smudge, right?
Yeah. No, but it's a square of spot UV instead of actually cut out, so it wasn't.
It's right on the K, and there's like a circle. And there's like a circle in the middle.
So Whalesville.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't read it
Rocks
that way. It
and
just
Minerals.
reads front to back.
That would have been really cool if they would have done the old flip.
Oh, what does
read.
it say on the back there?
It would have been, but I almost would have just
Oh.
liked an issue of Whalesville and an issue of Rocks and Minerals.
But this is cute.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
that both of those were concise stories that were told in the amount of pages that they were. They could be better, but I mean, Whalesville especially, I think, was like perfect amount of pages.
I'm gonna show it.
You can see if I can get. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. You can
It's
see
square bound.
the darker pages are Whalesville, and the lighter pages are Rocks and Minerals.
Oh, was Rocks and Minerals longer then?
A little bit.
Maybe. I loved Whalesville, and
Rocks and Minerals.
I started Rocks and Minerals and thought, oh man, I'm not gonna like the backups, the second story. And then by the end of it, I'm like, I don't know if I like it more.
Good. It's really good.
The whole book is like Pinocchio, James and the Giant Peach vibes for the first one, and then there's like some like Toy Story weirdness with the Rocks and Minerals. They're both
And these
fantastic.
are these all age books?
Yeah.
Or
I
young
would-
adult, at least, I would assume.
I don't know if they say it, but I don't know why they wouldn't be. I'd say young adult at least. There's a part with the Whalesville I don't know if I'd read to my 6-year-old.
Hey, Steve, you said that you ordered this online. Where did you do that? So maybe other people can try that.
They're already shut down.
Well, I
And
wonder
Steve's
if
not
it's
getting his
like,
book.
I wonder if it's like
Can't you
Gmart.
sell it online as long as it's for cover?
You
Yeah.
can. You
Correct.
can sell it for whatever you
No.
want.
The store
can.
can sell it online too, right?
I don't
A
think
store
they-
like Gmart.
Yeah, Gmart doesn't get bad idea. I mean,
I wonder if like.
sounds like something bad idea would do.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, Midtown.
I could assume.
Whalesville for
Is
you.
Midtown a real store? I always forget.
Yes, it is. It's got a New York location. It's a physical store, but they also ship out. They have more than one physical store, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. They got the bad idea crass promotion thing.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I need
Oh, yeah,
help
they
from
get it,
the.
so.
I ran out of Pez in my Batman. I need votes on orange or purple.
Purple.
Oh, interesting. They only have an in-store pickup on Midtown though.
But if you they have that on a few things. If you just put it in your cart, then I'm pretty sure it'll go through.
Oh, that has not worked for me.
I've done that on something else. I never finished the order, so maybe it kicks back. But we have one vote purple,
Orange.
one vote orange.
Oh no! Who's
If
the
you
purple?
count my vote, and my
I don't
vote was
count
purple.
you. I don't care about your
Yeah, orange.
orange or purple. We got orange.
I mean,
Thank
I'd
you.
probably go purple, but
I'd go purple.
No, first person to say something in the chat was orange, so I'm going orange.
Yeah.
Thanks, Actual Dracula. I liked you on Whack Comics. It was very entertaining. You guys should go check that out. It was good.
it involves garlic bread.
Yeah, of course it does.
Mm.
Mm.
I could go for some garlic bread. Right now.
you should go get some of theirs. What's another book that we could read? Maybe it's a DC book you already held up, or you got
Yeah,
something
Nick.
else, Nick.
Oh, I already talked about that one. I'd rather talk about.
Whalesville.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, we can do this one quick because this one will be just me talking
I don't.
I
need
mean,
to
I'll talk about it
this one.
too.
about Wind coming back. Oh, Cole read it, right?
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, you read the review. Really excited it's back. They, I think, are digging into the young adults
Oh, for sure.
pretty hard. They didn't before, but they released the hardcover, which I was going to buy the hardcover until I noticed today that it is the small YA size. And my favorite thing about Wind is the art. So I don't want to buy it in a smaller format. So I'm not going to buy the hardcover.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know it came in a smaller format.
Well, just the hardcover is it's the small YA size.
Weird.
And I'm like, I would have bought the larger.
I liked it more because of that.
Oh no, listen, I like the art and everything the most of this series.
Sure.
So I don't want a smaller version of it. I'll just I might still.
But since that's what it was made for, it's going to sell better in
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That
for sure
size.
it will. Maybe they'll have like a deluxe edition come out or something.
Might do it for the whole
Yes,
thing.
yeah. Maybe
Or
once
like
it's
a couple
the
arcs
daddy
at a
edition.
time. The daddy
So-
edition.
And it's bigger size.
Yeah.
Issue 6 is definitely a setup issue. They have some origin stuff for Wind.
They all
Yeah,
haven't
Wind
been
being
setup
a setup
issues?
issue? Interesting.
They haven't all been setup issues?
No, I don't know what book you guys are reading. You keep coming with these takes of
I
stuff.
haven't read it since
And then-
two. I'm just fucking with
I mean,
it.
issue
And
4
then
is great. It ends it, but I feel like, I don't know.
5.
It's definitely
5, yeah, 5.
I don't even
5.
read it.
I don't know why. I still thought this was 5 or 4. I don't know.
I sometimes listen to Nick when he talks, so I knew that one.
Well, I read all 5 of them.
All 5 of them.
And, well, technically the 6th one, too. I mean, it's a good book. I think it's a lot of setup, but I think that ideally it might read better for me personally in a format of all of them at once.
I can't attest to any of this. I stopped at 2, everybody. My opinion.
I feel that way about another book that I haven't mentioned yet. And I won't because it hasn't been mentioned yet and I got yelled at last time. So I'll have to wait.
Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing might be better in a trade. I don't know.
I
I'm really.
agree. It's a slow.
It's
a
one that I
slower-paced
keep
book.
forgetting about how much I like it until I've read it, which is funny because it's the 3rd issue.
Right.
So it's happened.
3 out of 3.
It happened twice. That issue 2 and issue 3, where I'm like, I don't know if I even want to keep pulling this, and then I read it, and it's like, oh yeah, of course I want to buy
it's
it.
pretty
Yeah.
solid.
I think I read issue
Of course
1
I
and
want
2
this.
back to back, too, which was definitely.
Yeah, kind of. As soon as you read it like bites back into you. It really
I mean, it has
just
similar feels to
pulls
me.
you back into it, like a dead dog's bite.
Over there, right?
This is from Dark Horse, written, illustrated, lettered by Tyler Boss.
Who is
'cause
the
he's
boss?
The boss.
The boss.
Hey.
I'm ready.
Who's
the boss?
This is issue 3, chapter 3. It's just as good as the other 2. I
Yeah.
love this book.
Dude,
This
this
book is stupid good. It's so good. This might be this. There's
This
a
might
few
be
books this
Spy
week. These are
Island
really good,
of
but
this
this
It's
is,
Spy Island level.
this
It's
is
definitely Spy.
So good. It's I
It's
don't know if
different.
it's
Oh
really
yeah, but
good.
like
they're
this
so
is a book
different.
that
It's
we all
hard to
like,
judge,
right?
But
Every issue we've all
yeah,
liked.
It's so good each time. I'm so excited to read it every time.
I was talking to Don and I was like, "Hey, can you order all the B covers of this? Because
that's a good idea.
I was like, this might be like my book of the year this year."
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Wait, what? Why haven't I read this?" And I was like, "Well, okay, let me preface it with it's like very Twin Peaks-esque. So if that's not something you like, you might not like this." And he's like, "I'll make sure to read all 3 of these." And I was like, "Yes." That's our shop owner, for those who don't know.
Speaking of our shop owner, Kane Paul, our shop, I believe, has them. Or did. I have one in my box.
Geiger
number 2 is not out. It's only Geiger number 1.
It does not glow. Geiger number 1 glows in the dark. It was like a second print.
I think Geiger number 2 is.
I think he's asking if number 2 will have glow in the dark.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
I don't know. I didn't even know number 1 was going to.
There's been like multiple versions of it too.
But yeah, oh my God, this is one of the best books of the year so far.
And it just has lines. It has these lines, and it like goes back. And this one had like a lot of like panels that were just like art, but like arts with words in them that like you kind of have to study, like where you actually have to read what's written on a page, you know. But the good thing is they at least sure. I mean, if you're moving,
if you're willing to move to do it,
to join, yeah. But we'll still.
But we're all moving. We're all moving to Vegas, though. Sorry,
family. We have to move.
Besides, we're in Battle Creek, Chaos.
Yeah, duh. Yeah, Dead Dog's Bite is incredible.
It's incredible.
It is.
I was gonna try and think of a segue, but I can't. I'll just bring up the Good Asian.
Hey.
This is issue number 1, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the writer of this book's name because Lee Luffridge does the colors though. I think it is Pornsak Pichachot.
Yes,
that is not right. But I tried.
I had to learn their name for another book.
Infidel.
Infidel. That they wrote, and I was the one that got to pronounce it.
I know a lot of people were very like, I don't want to read this because I didn't read Infidel. This has nothing to do with Infidel.
Oh, no.
And if it does, if this somehow winds into Infidel, I read the first issue. I very hard to imagine that it can't. Yeah,
that would be the craziest tie-in I've ever seen, and then I'd be really upset that I didn't grab issue 1. It was another book that was. I love that page. That
look
title
how pretty
page.
The title page is. This is how you. Yeah. This is how you do it. If you're not going to do, everybody's been into like the something is killing the children style and kind of doing that. This is just so elegant and pretty and just so clean and everything. I love it.
And this kind of has like a noir, filmy, like gritty crime, but there's also a lot of like, you know, like racial tensions built up. I mean, it takes place in 1930s.
Oh shit! Asian American noir is how he puts it in the back.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean,
was that that's not ongoing, is it?
It is like 6 issues, I want to say.
Yeah, it's a
mini.
That's why, like, I don't know. It was. I remember I saw the name of the author when they came in, like the pitch of the early release, and I was like, I like crime stuff, so let's add it.
I liked Infidel so much that I was really close to grabbing that.
And
then I saw the stack, and it was like, all right, that's going to be one that I'm just going to wait. And maybe I'll trade wait. Maybe I'll grab them later.
I think they did what they did with Infidel and made a book that is super important and should be read. But I think this one has the makings of something being more rereadable for me.
Yeah.
Infidel is a tough read a second time through. I think The Good Asian, while having like tough themes and getting like it's very like based in reality and all that, while still being noir and a little exaggerated because of that, it has some really important messaging in it that is also bundled in with some really good entertainment, just good noir. It's a good noir story so far. I'm really into it.
Hey, Roscoe.
What up?
All right. So the book I mentioned earlier that I thought would read better in trade is Firepower.
Oh, I still didn't read Firepower.
I didn't read it.
I love the book. It's just I feel like I open it and then 2 minutes later I'm like, that was fun, and not a whole lot really happened in it. There's lots of action, but it's like I feel like there's been like 3 issues of him falling out of a plane. Like and it's been like plane falling out of the plane on the ground. That's not what happened. It's not a spoiler. So, but it's very short moving, but it's very quickly. It's moving very quickly, very slowly.
Someone might say Donny Cates took that Venom idea from Robert Kirkman, maybe, or vice versa.
Is that maybe what happened?
There's an issue of Venom where he's just falling from the sky. The whole issue.
I would be maybe into that for an issue.
Are you guys talking Point? Are you guys talking Point Break? What?
Yeah,
maybe.
Because the falling from the sky. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
No.
Keep going.
I still haven't read this, but like the usual thing I love about this book in the way that we do our reads for this is on a day like today, when like on my lunch break, I might read 3 books. Like, let's say I read something like,
is it your buffer? It's a buffer book for me.
It's a buffer book. Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it and I'm going like, all right, I'm going to read ENIAC and I'm going to read Whaleville. And then I'm going to read Swamp Thing, and then I'm just going to need some firepower.
Yeah.
Before I get into Dead Dog's Bite, and
like that would be a good book to read after like something like Frank at Home at the Farm #4. Or
right.
Like
you just need to reset your brain.
Like, I just need something nonsensical.
Mm-hmm.
That has some.
I like to save it for the last 2, so that way, like if I'm looking at the clock and I only have like 10-15 minutes, then it's like, oh well, I can quick get firepower if I don't have time for a full. I say for time for a full issue, but it is a full issue. It's just it goes really fast.
Yeah,
not a lot of dialogue.
Which is good. I was looking at my entire
what I like about it,
and I did not think that was a book. I mean, granted, it's not on my list because I didn't read it, but that was not something that I expected you to say there. I feel like you've liked Firepower maybe the most out of all of us too.
Oh, I'm sure I still do, and I'm still going to keep pulling it. But I feel if I were to recommend it to someone else, I would recommend buying that in trade.
Mm-hmm.
More so than Wind, personally. But I would definitely recommend, and I have recommended people like grab the prequel trade and then get volume 1 and just get the trades when they come out. But I like it as the buffer. I like quick reads. I like action books with not a lot of reading and a lot of dialogue and exposition. I don't want them all to be that way.
I don't know who either of those people are. Are they naughty people?
Speaking of trades, something I've been trying to do with the Black Label stuff, aside from other history, is waiting for them to come out, because they come out in nice little trades. Ends up being a little cheaper. And I end up just liking them more because they're big books, and I think they read better in graphic novels.
Smart.
One of which that I grabbed today.
You were like such a giddy little child. You were like, "Oh, Hellblazer!"
It's Constantine. So Hellblazer, Rise and Fall. I did read it digitally, so I didn't miss out. But one thing I'm really happy why I waited, this is, and I wasn't even gonna show.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna care about this too much.
About
showing this book, but oh my!
What is that pose?
It's a Michelangelo pose.
Yeah, but isn't there a book or the painting? What is that painting called?
Yeah, it's a famous painting.
Because I know the Death of Captain Marvel, I think, is that same thing.
But my goodness, so that's the inside of that. So it just reinforces why I want to do this, because that's not something you get from the singles, and it's so pretty.
I mean, I have that cover, I think, on my singles,
but not like this.
That was the B cover,
but not like this, right?
Yeah, it's not hardcover.
On a hardcover
and matte,
and in matte finish.
Sure.
Is it virgin? Is it virgin on yours that wraps around too?
No.
Okay. Because I was I might have to just.
So it's not exactly.
I might have to grab that issue if it's literally like.
Although I did buy the singles and I have not finished that book.
But yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I super recommend it. Tom Taylor did a very good job along with Derek Robertson with Diego Rodriguez. on Hellblazer Rise and Fall. If you're a Constantine fan, you probably are already like on it and everything because we're a hardcore bunch.
I
But
almost bought those
really love
issues for Stoney because he asked if our shop had them.
nice.
What was the sticker price on that hardcover, Todd?
I don't remember.
His
it was
price.
29?
25.
25.
Right.
Just curious. Because I've been buying all the singles, but been thinking about switching over to trades on Black Label
Yeah, they
stuff.
are nicer,
Yeah,
and it is
it's
kind of
so nice.
Well, I have
And
them
it
all
seems worth
on
it.
my shelf, so it's like I have a shelf that's like a quarter full of all the singles
these.
all together, and it looks
Mhm.
kind of cool, but it's like I'm
Hardcovers
just
look
thinking
really nice
the
too.
what ones the Harley Quinn one. There's like 2 or 3 of them.
Criminal Sanity.
That one I'm
That's
way
another
behind.
one I'm not-
Birds of
I'm
Prey
not-
I'm way behind on.
And these are all
And,
you're listing the ones I'm waiting to get
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
hardcover.
yeah, I'm way behind.
Which I should
on
probably
it.
buy the Wonder Woman Dead Earth than that. And
That's
speaking
one
of-
that I'm not behind on, and I
Yeah.
might.
Yeah.
might
Well, I
buy
read
that
it, but I read
also.
it on Hoopla.
Oh,
Mm.
Like it would be, I would reread that book for sure.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
easy. And it's
speaking
better,
of-
easier to do in hardcover.
Yeah, and speaking of Wonder Women,
Hey,
I know that Second Street Marvel was talking about this book earlier this morning. It is
Oh,
I didn't grab that one.
I didn't see that one.
Majori Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. This is the first Garth Ennis book, and I would say like a big
Oh,
name.
it's
This is the
Garth
first.
Ennis?
Yeah, this is the first name of a person I know doing an AWA book.
Dang
Like
it.
before I knew him. This is and it's the first 8-issue AWA Upshot book.
Ooh.
The one thing I will say is this is very like it's Garth Ennis, and it's like pretty like standard Garth Ennis fare. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like this. The concept is this girl, she time travels, but she has this thing that makes it so that like one of the things in this book, if I have sex with MLK's grandfather, what's to make me not like ruin him as a person? And it's because I can just touch this button and it changes it and it never happens. Like another thing is that she talks about like, what if I just kill a rat that spreads disease and kills people? What if I accidentally like kill people that shouldn't happen? So it's like she has this unfuck-upable thing is what it is. Which is pretty much makes it so that when she's time traveling, like the thing where it says like, don't talk to yourself, don't accidentally kill your great grandfather stuff.
Gotcha.
And
The
it's good.
sex thing threw me off at first.
Just because I don't know. Like if you're time traveling and you find somebody that you want to have sex with, maybe you're just gonna do it, right? I would think people might do that. I don't know. I've never time traveled.
Cole knows from personal experience.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I do.
When I time travel, I'm getting around.
The one thing I would say is like the art's pretty solid, but it does kind of have like I don't know, like a dynamite-y feel to it in the like stuff. Like not like really like I don't know. There's a part where like she travels back into the temples and she's like dressed up as like a sex slave, but that's kind of like what would happen, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Philip J. Fry did that.
And like there's a part in this where she's literally just like dancing in a towel for like 5 panels. Or sorry, 3 or 4 pages.
Pages? I definitely need a haircut. It's
yeah, for sure.
It's real bad on the sides.
You're crazy, man. My hair is.
You can't really tell.
My hair's
only
my hair's only getting better as the year grows on.
The Swamp Thing book looks super good.
I'll see if they still have some because it's Garth. So
I know that D. Piercy posted in our Discord too. There's a Frank Cho cover that also looks pretty sweet, and it's very remnants to I think it was called Skybound, which was the book he wrote for Boom a while back. Like it looked of like where everyone was running on like every single
like that.
issue. Yeah, which Frank Cho is actually going to be doing a book called like Girlsville or Womensville or something on AWA. I know.
That's a weird comment, Chaos. I don't know what to make of that.
Here are the drapes and the curtains. He wants us to pretty much show our bushes, I assume that's what that means.
I mean,
I didn't need to hear that.
I mean, that's what that comment means. He's just being the weirdo.
Anyways, hey Nick.
Speaking of weirdos.
Speaking of weird shit.
No, this is basically getting into one of my top books of the week too. because my stack's getting low. But hey, look, it's right.
Speaking of covers that constantly have the same kind of look. Hey. Oh, look at this.
Back is ooh, I like the little quote on the back.
Yeah, it's always good. I don't read it until I'm done, usually, because I forget that it's on there, and then I flip it and close. I'm like, oh, yeah, they do that.
It was the first time that I knew that it hit a quote on the back.
Yeah, usually it's from the book.
From somewhere in the book, yeah. That's funny.
So we get a little bit of jump back in time, and then right back into the action. And we get a little bit more Blacktop Bill.
Welcome.
Who's just becoming one of my favorite villains. I mean, I don't want to say my favorite villain of all time or one of my favorite villains of all time on issue 3, but he's
one of your favorite villains
cool.
of all time that have only been in 3 issues of a new comic book.
Of
an Image comic book
in recent time. He's one of my favorite new villains of recent time.
Okay, so he's one of your favorite Image first 3 issue of 2021 villains.
Just with what I said, just favorite villain of recent, one of my favorite villains of recent time.
Of 2021 in Image.
Yeah, if you're not on this book, you should get on this book.
It's a solid book. I would say that up to 3 issues, this might be like the least solid, but that doesn't mean that it was a bad issue.
I think that's crazy talk.
I thought it was maybe the most solid since 1 and maybe better than 1.
Ooh,
I liked it. I liked it better than 2.
Crazy.
I liked it better than 2.
Yeah, both are crazy. It's very solid. It's really good.
Oh, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying this has been like a book that's been way higher for me, I think, than any of you guys would expect most weeks. Like, I think issue 2 I had in my top 3.
Yeah.
I think it was my second. It's been all 3 of them have been in my top 3 so far. I've been liking this a lot. Scott Snyder, Tony S. Daniel, and Mayo More. And
Darren Bennett does the letter on that book. Or at least he did on the first issue. They say And World Designs on the interior.
Yeah, And World Designs is.
But I know that in the first issue, Scott Snyder had said about the thing, like, I had my perfect team, and he pitched it as that Darren Bennett was doing it.
Mm. Yeah, well, some crazy stuff happened. I guess we'll see what happens with what happened, but some stuff happened that I wasn't really expecting to happen so early. Since it's got all indications are that this will be a 30+ issue run. Scott's basically said, I've heard him say several times that they're going to keep writing this book as long as people are buying it. And so far, all 3 issues have sold out the day of release. So it's selling very well.
Solid.
Mm-hmm. Todd's muted, I think.
Yeah, Todd muted himself.
Speaking of books that I hope sell well, Eve from Boom Studios. It's Victor Laval, Joe Mi-kyung, and Brittany Peer. It is a post-apocalyptic Waterworld scenario that involves a teddy bear.
An AI teddy bear.
Sure, obviously. I said teddy bear. Post-apocalyptic.
What other kinds are there?
Yeah. In Waterworld, there are only AI teddy bears.
Wait, should I be concerned about my teddy bears?
Nah, you're fine.
Do you have them? Do you have them on shelves in rooms that you don't want people to videotape you on?
Yeah,
that's a bad idea then. Yeah, it's super solid. I very much enjoy it. I think it was fun. I had no idea what to expect on this, and I really enjoyed it. It was, I think it's building to a really interesting world. This is a lot of groundwork in this issue. They cover a lot of ground to try to be like, here's this. It's every page is like, here's a thing. But it ends with like, all right, let's go out. It's time to go. Like I'm pretty excited.
And if there's kind of a Johnny Appleseed, you might like this book.
Is Steve Hayner talking about this book or
that commercial?
Anthony Cleveland's book.
There's that like progressive commercial where the guy's like got a hot dog stand and he just hands you a wet teddy bear and was like, "Oh, this is what you expect." and then it goes wet teddy bears. Get your wet teddy bears.
Okay, sure.
It's pretty much like you know.
It had a something that reminded me of East of West a little bit at the beginning, and it threw me way off that I had to go back and be like, wait, what? And I was like, and then it clicked what had happened.
Sure.
Because I didn't get that at first with the little girl. I was like, oh, so it's interesting. Very interesting book.
There's another book that kind of has some post-apocalyptic feels to it, I guess, in the world that it is in. Die. This is Kieran Gillen, Stephanie Holland, and Clayton Cowles. This has been on hiatus for a while, I'm pretty sure. But this is the last issue of the arc. I will probably end up reading 17, 18, and 19. And then before 20 goes on, I'm going to read all of the issues back over again. But I really like this book. It's really solid. I mean, I love the art for it. If you're into like fantasy, if you like D&D stuff, this is awesome. But like, I've heard people that don't like it. Like, I think Chaos really likes it. I don't know if he plays D&D at all or is interested in that. But
Chaos likes the thinky things, and also Kieran Gillen.
And this is a thinky one, so like it was nice that I got to finally read an issue, because normally this was a book that I think Todd and I both saved for a Thursday.
Yeah, I saved it.
I got to read it on a Tuesday and digest it a little bit, that was very nice.
Yeah, no, we just kept scheduling it for wrong. It's been 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we just accidentally scheduled
10 o'clock is Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I might read some Die. I own the first trade, and I've read it, and I liked it. I've been waiting for more to come out to jump back to it. So if is it going on a hiatus, or it's back from a hiatus?
It's back from
but it's ending at 20 issues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, because
then I'll just wait.
Die.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'll just wait, because then I can buy like 2 trades and be good.
Yeah.
Neat. Do an in-stock order.
Should we rapid fire after Nick's? Nick, we'll do yours, and
we can. I have one more that I can talk a little bit about, and then I have one more after that I can't really. I mean, I can say a little bit, but my last one would be the one to my the other side.
Hey-o.
Man-Bat versus Batman, number 4 of 5, the penultimate issue of this series, written by Wheelgoes? I don't know. I don't know the names. Wheelgoes? Sure. This is maybe some of my favorite Batman stuff that I'm reading right now. Although I did like this week's issue of Batman a lot. And I don't know a whole lot. The only thing I really know about Man-Bat would be the animated series episode 1 is like mostly all I know of Man-Bat. So this has been
a character, I think, in it too. So
yeah, but that's like the only like on Leather Wings. On Leather Wings is like the only thing that I really recall in my horrible memory. This has been really cool stuff with some. I don't know what's spoilery and what isn't anymore. With some of this stuff,
all of it is.
Yeah, like there's another villain that's tied in with some stuff. The last page of this for sure was like, okay, yeah, let's go. I'm ready to.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready.
They ramped it up for a last issue.
Like this last issue is going to be 5 issues. Yeah, it's 4 or 5.
Well, sweet. That means that I'll only have to wait 7 months to read it.
There you go. Yeah.
Or at least to finish it.
Yeah, but I'll probably just read it all in a sitting, I would think.
I could probably just like loan you my copies or something.
There's also that where you can just grab the trade when it comes out.
Just gonna lick them.
Yeah. That's true. You can hoopla it faster than you can DCUI it. So yeah, I would definitely, unless you hate Man-Bat and or Batman.
Well, then sure, this
might not be for you, because that's what this is all about.
If you don't like comics, you probably won't like it.
Probably won't like this one because it is a comic.
Yeah, definitely a comic. 100% a comic.
But it's one of my. It's odd. This is like Black Label status for me for DC, like level wise, like quality wise.
I'm surprised it's not. I remember the first read of it that I did. I went back and like looked at the front to see if they gave it a Black Label. It seems like it'd be a Black Label. There just needs to be like a little, like, I don't know.
Well, now that continuity isn't a thing,
it would have been fine. This is when they were like, this takes place before Bleh. And it's like, okay.
They're like, this is before death metal, but after New 52.
Justice League Dark. It was.
Yeah, it was.
There was a. Yeah, it was a
Justice League.
Dark
I guess I forget.
They like shoehorned it into
Justice
there.
League Dark in the Rebirth.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's.
But whatever. You fit it in. That's fine. But it's really, really solid stuff.
Nice. Speaking of solid stuff, can't help it. Green Lantern is still really good. If you're a Green Lantern fan, this is a great issue. If you're not, it's an interesting place to start.
Yeah.
These last couple issues.
I haven't read the second issue yet, but
they completely, with the new continuity and what they're doing, the idea of the Green Lantern Corps is complete. They are changing up how Green Lanterns function in the universe, so it's really cool. It's neat to read and like go through it and be like, "Ooh, it's all very different," which is cool. I dig it a lot.
I know for the first one, I felt like slightly confused about like I don't know if I need to know this stuff or I'm not knowing stuff. And then when we talked, you said you didn't. So I feel like this might be a Thursday read for me, just because I feel like there's going to be stuff where then I can be like, "Hey Todd, how about this? Hey, Todd, how about this?"
I think they do a good job in this
Todd,
one.
Hell yeah, Guy Gardner.
The things that you'd be like, "Huh?" about, they do a good job actually explaining it in this one.
Because I think the first one there were some stuff where I was just like, I don't know if I should know this or I don't.
They put some deep lore cuts and then just some new random stuff in there, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. I like that a lot. Are we gonna shotgun? We're getting close to the ending, so.
All right, let's
really
do
like.
it.
I don't have a copy of it, but Children of the Grave #5, the final finale was amazing. I liked pretty much every issue of that. Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I'm waiting for the Scout Box to own it physically, but that came out today.
The only other book that I read that I have a copy of, I guess, in my hand was from Dynamite, James Bond, Agent of Spectre, #3.
And you got the dress cut.
The dress
cut. I think this is how it ended up coming out. I think this is just they edited it. The one in League of Comic Geeks, she's in a like bikini. It really wasn't that bad. Wasn't really that bad. I think it's a bathing suit because it's a homage cover from Nick Fury cover. And I think it's a bathing suit. But either way, it was good. I like it.
Misa Burden is still amazing.
The dogs, right?
Oh my god, yes. More talking dogs. I love this new
dog book that I'm not. It's the dog book that I'm not pulling.
It's fucking trending, man. Talking dogs. It's amazing.
Speaking of books,
if I was ever going to get my wife into comics, this is the era I
nice.
can do it in.
Well, what about Stray Dogs? Stray Dogs.
No, she doesn't like horror stuff.
Oh, okay. But speaking of double-lettered books.
Oh, yay. Hey.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That was good, too.
Paul and Paul write this book.
Yep. Paul Aller and Paul Tucker.
Oh,
it's so good. It's so good.
Last Witch 5, which was the final issue of Last Witch, came out.
Oh, that's the final issue. Interesting.
Well, no, it's not. And so I liked it. I'm kind of tired of mini series coming out and having it being a very, very open ending that it appears it wasn't really intended to be a mini series at all. Because the final issue of this was kind of a letdown, but it's not the final issue. So, pants check.
It's included.
But I don't know if I'm going to keep pulling it either. So I don't know. There you go. There's pants.
Hey, pants. Speaking of, no, I'm definitely going to keep pulling this book. War of the Bounty Hunters, The Prelude.
I think I pulled the wrong
cargo.
The wrong.
You grabbed the wrong X-Men book or the wrong Star Wars book.
Well, I just grabbed this because of the week and like what it was. I didn't read it yet, but
that came out last week.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
It was still apparently. I got a fakey
But this is it was really good. It was really solid. It takes place after Han Solo goes into carbonite and deals with the journey of that. It's cool.
Ooh.
I like it a lot.
I also read Broken Souls Ballad #1.
Oh, I was just going to ask about
all
that
these
one.
scout books that I want to read right now.
I did a short on it. It's kind of, I would say the pitch of this is it seems like an Animorphy horror-y style book. So if you like Animorphs and you
It's
like
weird,
horror
man.
stuff,
Animorphs
I think
the
this is right up
best.
your alley. I love the art. The art was fantastic in it. But
Yeah.
like it could also not be Animorphy is, but like when you read, there's like a page you'll get to that you'll be like, oh, I get why he thinks it's Animorphy. And you'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, if you hate Animorphs, still get this because it's
if you like
it's not
horror,
really,
like
but I know what he
makeshift
means.
body
I know what you
horror
mean.
stuff.
This is really good book. I
Is it?
enjoy it. It's
I like
fun.
the first one. I
My,
forgot that it came out, or I would have read it on DCUI last night. But that's also a lie because I passed out at 9:30 last night. So
And then-
My 10-year-old is a big fan.
And then I got a couple of physicals of Digital Firsts that came out as Digital First, which I read them on Digital First, and I really like them. Next Batman, the next Batman Second Son, I think is better than the next Batman that we got for Future State. It gets more into the family dynamics of the Fox family. This is 2 of 4 that came out. I really enjoy it. It has a lot of stuff between Jace and Luke, but then also Tam and like all the Fox family kids.
Maybe I'll go back to that and check it out.
Sensational Wonder Woman.
Who wrote that one? Is that Gail Simone?
I started reading that.
Doran, Wong, Carlini, Baron, and Angela Leone. Because each story I think has a different writer. So there's one book about her with like a marketing person. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Sam!
Happy birthday, Sam! And then there's another one where she's at a party with Bruce Wayne. It's and like Mr. Freeze is involved. It's a bunch of different stories, digital first style. But it's really good and I really enjoy it. It's a good Wonder Woman book. I'll always take a good Wonder Woman book. It's no Dead Earth.
Yeah,
it is good.
South.
I mean, if that's the bar we're going to start using,
we're done.
Comics
We don't
are
get
in trouble.
to read stuff. Yeah.
I also read
Go ahead.
Pack it up, boys.
Vampire the Masquerade #7.
Vampire. When I heard Vampire, I'm like, oh no, he read Vampirella.
Yeah, Vampirella #37.
How many? He bought
No.
20 covers.
Yeah. But Vampire the Masquerade is a vault book. It's been pretty solid. I think I read the first trade and really liked it and then started reading the singles. Yeah, I like it. It definitely ended on a weird cliffhanger where I don't exactly know if something happened or didn't happen because they're vampires.
Cool.
The only other book that I read was Inkblot #8.
Yay.
And that's got a cat in it.
I'm behind on Inkblot.
It was good. That's another one that I think
I'm getting out of it.
I am out of it, but I'm gonna keep reading the review copies because I still it's like a guilty pleasure, but maybe in the end it could still wrap around and be crazy cool, I guess. So we'll see, but it might be it's a good trade weight book. Sam, did you get anything comic related for your birthday?
Oh yeah. And since it is Sam's birthday, we decided to try a new format out just for his entertainment.
Just for you.
So if you guys liked it, let us know in the comments.
This week in comics for you.
This week in comics for Sam King.
This week in comics for you,
Sam King. You
and many more. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? We're not doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There
if you
we go.
like this, let us know. If you didn't like this, let us know. Leave a comment.
Yeah, we're trying a different
Thumbs it up,
thing,
thumbs
just
it
kind of
down.
being more casual and talking about the books. Let us know. What was everyone's favorite cover of the week? All right,
I hate that game.
We'll do that, and then we're gonna wrap this burrito. And happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody! Remember, it's not just about getting shit-faced and eating tacos.
What?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, it also has something to do with like Mexican independence, and it's a cool holiday. It's also a good. Also have margaritas and tacos and get shit faced, just like St. Patty's Day.
I'll go first. Mine would have been Wind 6. I just really like that cover. I like the colors.
I've got the best.
However, the Swamp Thing in my red light, it's not going to show up on here. I'll post a picture on Discord, but I almost thought it was like had the clear cover over it.
I agree with Todd.
Yeah,
I don't own it
mean,
because it's in my box, but that's probably what I would pick.
That's it.
If I'm not
Yeah.
picking that,
It's
I'm
so
gonna probably
good.
pick this.
Whalesville, that would be my
Yeah, that'd
would
be
have been the one
yeah,
behind
that's a
me
good
because
cover.
it's just very
Good cover.
it's picturesque. But
Yeah.
my God, this is such a good cover.
I mean, Art Germs.
Yeah.
And maybe if I had to pick, it would be the holofoil version of that cover, but
Ooh,
I'm not going to pay
sure.
$45 that our shop is asking for it.
Yeah.
Not that that's not a price that you should pay for it, but
No, I'm sure it's worth it, but not.
I mean, if you like to buy covers for that much money, it probably is.
Sure, someone it is, I'm sure. Yeah, no, those are. It was a good choice. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, thanks for getting wrapped up with us. Happy birthday to Sam King. Hope you have a rest of your a good one, and
Be safe out there.
This has been This Week in Comics.
Comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Todd.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah. Damn it. I'm Nick.
Bye,
I'm Cole.
Daddy.